So guys, it's your boy DanaSSG. Today we got One Piece chapter 1004. And I want to start off by saying that this chapter, it was pretty lit. It was cool. It was nice. We didn't get any rooftop action, but we didn't need it. To be honest, it was a good break from the rooftop. We got to see some nice action scenes that were outside of the rooftop. And yeah, we got some reveals, like some backstory. And then we even got a new silhouette. But we're going to get into all of that in this video. So, yeah. The title of this chapter is called KIBI DANGO. And you'll see why it's called that in a bit. And the cover art for this week is Chopper stuffing his cheeks with Rumble Ball candy that he's sharing with a squirrel and a monkey. It honestly looks pretty funny. But yeah. The chapter starts off with Speed, the horse headliner from the very start of the arc that Otama first changed. She's going around Onigashima Castle giving Dango to the gifters. And she's saying the Dango are special recovery medicine made from Queen. And they question it at first, but they eventually eat it, turning them into Otama slaves. Now guys, if you really just think about this ability in the setting of this ability in Wano, this ability is just so broken, bro. All these smile users are they're just fodder to this ability. They turn into slaves and it's crazy. This ability will shift the tide of the war, and I have a video on it coming out very soon. But yeah, after that, a little flashback starts and we can see Tama, and it starts off with her asking Speed to take her to Onigashima. She says she wants to go, but nobody will let her. And Queen basically says leave it to her, and she gets her on board the ship. Then we see Tama just slaving herself. She's just making an absurd amount of KIBI DANGO, just pulling it from her cheeks. Thousands and thousands of KIBI DANGO. Then the people she has lured, my fault. Speed and then the other headliners are all like, dang, Tama, like, relax, like, you're pushing yourself too hard, just chill, like, chill. And Tama, like, she outbursts and she starts crying, and she's like, Ueno without Orochi or Kaido, Ueno where Momo is Shogun, I'm sick of always being hungry, I should be allowed to have rice too, that's what I want to see, I just want to see that. And then that cheers up her slaves, and they're like, Roger, we'll get him. But first we must hide and wait for our chance, and that leads into them hiding on the ship, and then Tama eventually getting into Onigashima. We then cut back to the present, and we see Gazelle Man and Dafugu running through Onigashima Castle and distributing Dango to the gifters too. There's even a funny little scene that kind of made me giggle, where some of the prisoners from the prison that got freed, they're like, that's the vice ordering the udon, it's payback time, get him. And he's all like, Dafugu's all like, oh, I'm sorry about that, I'm a changed man, so let's forget about the past. And he just dashes off and proceeds to throw KIBI DANGO and more smile users, turning them into slaves. Again, OP ability. Next, we get to see Franky versus Sasaki fighting, and this is honestly probably my favorite part of the chapter, just because it was a nice little action scene. Meathead, but yeah, Franky Shogun shoots its weapons left at Sasaki, but the attack doesn't work. Sasaki crashes into Franky Shogun, but Franky grabs his horns, literally right before it can pierce him. And then he like suplexes him, because Franky is like a wrestler. But yeah, he does that, and I think it's just a setup. I think Sasaki is going to eventually end up impaling Franky some way, somehow. But obviously Franky is going to tough it out and be okay. But I do see that happening. After Franky throws Sasaki, Franky is about to shoot another weapon, but the armored division jumps all over him and grabs him. Grabs his robotic arms and leg and just ties him down. These gifters are very strong together, and they manage to hold Franky Shogun still while Sasaki is still charging again. Sasaki even tells Franky not to underestimate them because they're pretty powerful. But suddenly Usopp, Nami, and Tama and Komachiyu, the big dog, run into the scene, followed by an army of gifters who are now on their side. Franky sees this army of gifters at first and he thinks they're enemies, but they're slaves to Otama. Something I forgot to mention, as Franky is being held down by these gifters, Sasaki is charging him full force, horns first. Pause. right at Franky. Franky uses the distraction of Nami, Usopp, and Tama to escape that situation, and then he lets Sasaki crash into his own men, which is kind of a big brain, billion IQ play by Franky, even though it was kind of lucky. Hey, y'all boys need to stop sleeping on Franky. I'm telling y'all, he's finna have like an epic fight and some real good character development in this arc. OT and Page One that are following Usopp and Nami shout that these gifters have betrayed them. Sasaki is confused on why they betrayed them, and he then concludes that they must be using some type of trick. OT lunges at Komochiyu, but Nami uses her Thunderlance tempo to stop OT. This attack directly hits OT and she falls to the ground. But Nami, being the smart girl she is, she knows it isn't enough to stop her, and she says, I need stronger thunder to do that, which might be some foreshadowing, maybe Zeus, maybe some type of upgrade to her lightning. I don't know, but Nami definitely needs some offensive upgrades. It's been a minute, and she did get nerfed. As Nami is doing that, Usopp uses his Satsu, sorry if I butchered it, Kibu Dangu Star to shoot Dangu into the gifters' mouths, turning Sasaki's armored division into their allies. Sasaki is even more confused about why the fact his own men are turning against him. Franky peeps that Sasaki is like being skeptical and distracted, and he takes this chance to attack. Franky uses a new attack called Fran Blade Victory V-Slash, which is a sword attack that like emits light. It kind of looks like a lightsaber. It reminds me of Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's a really cool attack. Franky uses this, and this attack hits Sasaki directly, and blood comes out. He attacks him twice. One was like a shot over the head, and one was like a slice to the shoulder, which is that's pretty epic from Franky. We haven't seen him fight someone of this level in so long, and it's so cool to see him like whip new stuff out of his little robot body. Next, we cut to Black Maria and Longy. Longy defeated all of Black Maria's male subordinates, but as you know, Longy is Longy. He's not going to touch a woman. That would just go against all his character. And so he basically managed to let Black Maria catch him in her spider web. This scene first started off with Franky being knocked out. Black Maria had to wake him up, and she was basically mocking him, saying how good he did, but how much of a gentleman he is. He was never ready for this fight. Black Maria then tells Sanji to shout for Robin, and her subordinate with the eye mark paper would send his voice all over the castle to lure Robin to Black Maria. She says Kaido ordered her to take Nika Robin alive, and she said this because Sanji asked what they'll do with Robin. And then she said Robin will be injured to the point that she can't escape, and will keep her alive until Kaido finishes using her. Sanji simply replies like a cold mean mug. He says, "Don't you dare underestimate Nico Robin." Now to the last section of the chapter. Back to the live stage. Bao Hong announces that one of her spies, a rat with the eye marked paper, has found the red scabbards, and they're lying unconscious in a room in the castle's keep. She tells this to King, but King is still busy, and he says, "Isn't there anybody else that can deal with this? Somebody go finish them." Black Maria replies that she will go do it herself since the room is connected directly to her floor. Bao Hong then proceeds to tell Black Maria, "Hurry up, but beware, there are 10 people in that room. Can't see clearly because it's dark, but there's someone else in there trying to help the samurai." Then Oda shows us the room and the samurai, the Yakuza 9, the Red Scabbards, all beat up, bloody to a pulp by freaking Kaido. You know how that go. But I'm playing. But yeah, the person helping them, we don't really get to see. We just get to see that they're grinding their teeth, and that there's tears dropping from their eyes. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I've seen some theories on the subreddit. Some people thought it was like Enel, and I can see it being Enel. They literally have the same nose, and it looks like they have that long ear, like that super long earlobe. Now, this could just be Oda trolling us, and it probably is. The most likely answer is that it's what's her name? Odin's wife. What's her name? Oh, it's Toki. It's Toki. It's most likely Toki. If it's gonna be anybody, it's probably Toki. That makes the most sense. But yeah, break next week. Unfortunately, this was a great chapter to go into break. I'll just put out hella content since you're on break. But yeah, this was a good chapter. I rated probably 8 or 9 out of 10. MVP of this chapter was Tama, of course. She turned so many enemies into her slaves. She's gonna really help change the tide of the battle. Frankie's fight is going well. He got some good blows in on Sasaki. But yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you guys in 2 weeks on this chapter review. Be on the lookout for One Piece News Week 3. And I'm out. DanaSSG out. Oh, one more thing. Subscribe and like if you like the comment. If you like the video, comment down in the comment section below. Let me know your theories on the new chapter. What could come next. Your theories on who the silhouette is. Anything. I'll reply to everything. But yeah, I'm out.